All right. We got 6 minutes. And 12 amendments. And so we won't get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's just go ahead and say that we'll have a Rules Committee meeting in the morning at 9 o'clock to set a calendar. Thursday, not Wednesday. If you come here Wednesday at 9, we'll go somewhere and eat breakfast or something. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to go through the list. Most of these have amendments to them. And I'll ask the author of the amendment to explain, and then we'll go. SB 1. That's you. That's you.
SB 1.
It's on your desk. It's not on any sheets.
SB 1 was the old autism bill that passed the House last year when it was stripped off and added onto Chairman Stevens' bill, and we stripped it out and added House Bill 838 to it.
Okay, that's under modified structure. So you've heard it. He makes a move. Do I hear a second? Any opposed? Okay, it's on under modified structure. Next bill under modified structure, 168. And then 158 and 168. There's a substitute.
Okay, and that's where we added the adoptable dog as the state dog.
So what's taken place is you've stripped out 168 and added adoptable dog. Is that a motion?
Motion, yes, sir.
Do I hear a second? Any opposed? All right, it's on. Modified structure, SB 199. What you've got there, well, you won't have anything. We don't have one thing. That is a committee substitute. Do I hear a motion? It's on. Any opposition? It's on. Next, under modified structure, SB 258. Have a move. Do I hear a second? Second. Any opposition? It's on. Under modified structure, SB 270. And there is an amendment. Who is that? Terry Rogers. What's your amendment? Wait a sec. It's amendment AM 410211. That's because you're talking. Let's try it again.
Bill, the amendment is basically HB 12, which is the Military Integrity Act, the Stolen Valor Act that the House passed out in a unanimous manner.
All right. Do you move?
I move.
We have a second. Any opposed to adding that amendment? All right. It's on 270. Modified structure as amended and with an amendment. Modified structure. SB 319. And Mr. Dixon moved it. We had an amendment. Mr. Dixon did it this morning. And there's a move on it. Do I hear a second? Any opposed? It's on. SB 320. Mr. Powell amended that this morning. Is there a move on that bill? It's on. Any opposed? It's on. We'll got on a run here. SB 323. Mr. Earhart.
I have an amendment, AM 251383, Mr. Chairman. Just allows a full and appropriate time frame and intercollegiate athletic open records requests to fully respond to those. Other states don't exempt it. We don't want to exempt it. We just want to make sure it's 90 days, get a little bit of equality in these startup programs, and then this applies to every single college and university in the state of Georgia.
You've heard Mr. Earhart's motion. Do I hear a second? All right, we're moving on the amendment. Any opposed? Not opposed. Okay. 323 modified structure is on for the supplemental. 327. Do I hear a move? I have a move and a second. Any opposed? Ms. Abrams? She objects. Okay, we'll need to vote. Those opposed, raise your hand. Those for, raise your hand. The fours carry it. The amendments, the bill is on the supplemental. SB 332. Do I hear a move? SB 332 modified structure moved in second. Any opposed? It's on. Okay, that just took you to 8:30 tonight, so we're going to go on a little bit further. Modified structure, SB 348. Do I hear move? Do I hear a second? Is anybody awake? I got a move in a second. I hadn't seen him in 3 days, so I don't know who he is. Move in a second. Any opposed? It's on. SB under modified structure, SB 388. I'm doing it Thursday.
Got it. Are we doing bills on Thursday?
Yeah.
We haven't done that in 5 years.
Well, there's a fellow down there on number 2 said we got to get rid of them too, and that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Mr. Fleming.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have an amendment to House Bill 388, and I have copies that I can pass out.
We don't have it, so we'll go further. 388. Hold. Just hold. We're going to go with just putting it on without the amendment. I'm asking for a move on 388, Lucas's bill. Any opposed? It's on. Under structured. SR 604. Do I hear a move? I still need to move a motion. Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Those opposed to that? Any opposed to that? We've got opposition. All those opposed, raise your hand. Those for, raise your hand.
It's close.
I know it worse than anybody.
It's a constitutional amendment to take off the ad valorem tax permanently. The state ad valorem tax. It's Bill Heath's.
All right, I'm gonna ask one more time. Those opposed, please raise your hand again. Just for old time's sakes, let's see how many of you would like to have it on the floor. I'll revisit that with you Thursday morning. Please come see me. You want to do these amendments? Get them out of the way. Mr. Fleming. Never mind. That's the supplemental calendar for today.